get people like Ms. Portis Jones on, Ulysses Smallwood on, because one thing a mayor does is count the votes. And so I knew that I had to count these votes to make sure that we could get these people up to over $15 an hour. And so Ms. Portis Jones, I'm putting it on you. Mr. Whitmore is sitting here, who's another one of my council members. So when we come through with the mid-year budget, we want to be able to do over the at least $16 an hour for these people.
You got
and
it.
And so, thank you.
You got it.
That's where we are right now in the city of Fairburn with the livable wages. And, we went through a transition period of very high positions that became vacant in our city. And then when you bring a person in, they leave one job at $55,000 and you bring them in at $85,000. That's a lot of money. But we can't give our city workers that's working on the streets every day extra money just to do their job. And they got to make overtime in order to feed their families. That is just not something that I, as a mayor, am willing to sit there and be complacent with. You know, they should be able to sit home and enjoy their families just like we do, and not have to depend on, well, I've got to go out and I've got to work this function to get extra money just so that I can buy groceries and pay my utility bills. And so we have a very good council, and I know that we're going to be able to do more than what we have done. And let me tell you how I brought it up with the council. The first thing that happened when we started working on the salary plan was I had a conversation with Greg Fan with the labor union. And so Greg said, we just need to come out in Fairburn and bring our union. And so the word got around. There are certain people in the street department that I knew if I said that to them, they would go back and tell the man. And so that's what happened. They went back and say, we may have a union coming in. Well, they didn't want the union in there. So they figured, well, let's just try to work with them. So her HR director said to me behind closed doors, understand that we may have a labor union coming in. We don't want to do that. So let's try to just get them up to maybe 13. I said, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Right. We have to do the right thing. And we're going to do the right thing in Fairburn as long as I'm there, because I know God places you in a position at a particular time for a particular reason.
Say that.
Particular time for a particular reason. And so I want to do everything within my power to make sure, because my father was a laborer. And he had 9 children. And so that's very near and dear to my heart, because I know that my father worked real hard to support a wife and 9 children working as a laborer. I know he did. And so I look at it now, and we were never hungry. We may not have had the best of clothes, but we were never hungry.
But you didn't know it.
We didn't even know we were poor. And so expenses are more now than they were when I was growing up as a girl. And so I know things are harder. And so we have to be more compassionate as mayors and council members. Let us not forget where we were, or where our people were at some point in time. And we get here, we get these salaries, and we get all these perks, and we forget everybody else. We can't do that. We can't do that. So I may be a one-termer, but I'm gonna go out smoking.